Justice is blindsided.
Shine down!
How amusing.
I see everything!
Time to
These
act.
rising flames!
Watch out for Father's movements!
Is it my turn now?
Bow your head.
Now that's more like it. Spare your energy.
There is
Running
no
is
escape!
of little use.
Are you alright?
Closer now.
Mind your fate.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Look out!
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals.
Be not perturbed.
Now's our chance!
Time to act. Witness the power of Gurwa.
Is it my turn now?
Father's even stronger than I expected.
To be a worthy opponent after. Kindness has been sealed away.
Silence!
My
There is no
blade is
escape.
all that remains.
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Ring cutter.
Shine down! Everyone look
Now's our chance!
over here!
Silence!
Suntown is only the beginning.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Suntown is only the beginning.
A silence fills the air.
No, my soul.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack. made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want... Brother, are you all right?
Lily.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed, they're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memory.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down, but I really...
Don't cry, Phil. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar, take them back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't... Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming?
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's not speechless. Oh. Huh? That's it? You accept it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone. Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her.
You never stopped trying at first. No one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an old... But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me. For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now...
I never imagined I could see something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only if I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I...
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without... Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting. You know, Perry? I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the...
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place! We got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears out for 3 days straight! You know, I used to play on the lute while swinging into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to live. Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I know that if I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. Hey, I guess... Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face.
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're...
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lesson, but at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty...
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the opera.
Oh no, that must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Lenny! Hey, Lenny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Booth Tete. But
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe...
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Lenny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction, and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of you, even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being, if reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will...
I understand, Father.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can family... The road ahead is not an easy one.
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead. Protecting my family at all costs.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness, with those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering? Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew,
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth? According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met—
Wait, what?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the house. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was— When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing if Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her, but even if we didn't owe her anything, we may have arguments or times when we feel wronged.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a